Damn. What was that?
Was that my baby? What's that? That was ugly. What was that? That cannot. That was hold up. I got to get a couple of sponsor things out. Toyota Kings post game live. 133, 100 is the final. What the heck was that? From the start of the game, it looked like the energy was low at the start of the game. They came out knowing that they owned them, and they played like it. That's the best. That's the best team defense that I've seen in the NBA in a long time on New Orleans side, as far as everybody being in the gaps, everybody having urgency on their
Kyle Draper is fuming right now.
They're making shots. They shot a great percentage quarter, and it just came in like they knew they were going to own them today. I'm going to give you credit, my man. You're being extremely professional right now. You're holding it together. I'm emotional right now, Mike Bibby, because we started off the show. We started off today. This team has kicked our butts 3 times coming into today. This was a must-win in terms of not the standings, but psychological. And going through this game, I'm walking around the concourse. I felt like I was a member. You ever see that show, The Walking Dead? Where that's how I felt walking through the concourse.
He called
like I was in the cast of The Walking Dead.
He called the Kings The Walking Dead tonight. Oops. I'm hella weak right now.
From the games I've done and watched, this is the first game that I seen the Kings. The ball stick was like one-on-one. It wasn't how they usually play. When the ball goes to the Sabonis, everybody's studying or making plays off that. There was none of that today, and their defense was amazing. Seriously, bro. CJ McCollum, you got to give it to New Orleans.
Seriously, bro.
Their defense was on point. They go back and look at it. Everybody's in the gas. They know who they want to shoot the ball. Right. They're putting pressure. They made it tough for Sabonis. You know, Sabonis was a lot of easy baskets under the basket. They weren't letting them have that. The pick and roll, what they're doing, what happens with Sabonis, they come off the pick and roll. That gap is open for them. They make the layup. They had a guy stepping up before he even caught the ball today. You know, give New Orleans credit, like you said. Because New Orleans, they knew coming in, they had owned us for 3 games. And they came out with the mindset, you know what? We're going to show you again. You know, Pedro Martinez, the great Boston Red Sox pitcher.
Man, in a game where De'Aaron Fox scores the first 3 points of the game and then doesn't score again for the whole rest of the game. And at one point where the Kings were down by 50 points. Oops. How do you call yourself professionals? You let another basketball team filled with human beings, not superhumans, not superheroes, human beings, beat you to the point where they're beating you by 50 points. I know it's happened in the NBA before, but I'm just saying, like, there's like a certain level of professionalism. There's a certain level of respect you have for yourself to where you don't let these type of things happen. Kings with no dog in them, no fight in them, end up getting beaten by 33 points. Did you see that ass whooping Pelicans put on the Kings? Did you see that? On Sunday, January 7th, in Sacramento, California, the New Orleans Pelicans defeat the Kings by 33 points. 133 to 100. Today is Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. And I'm back. Y'all back? I'm back. Y'all back? We back. What's going on with all my folks and all you Kings fans out there? It's your guy, Jay Woods, aka Shy the Man, back at you with another episode of the Kings Morning After Evening Cup of Joe with Jay.
I love it.
All right. Cup of Joe's cold. It's from earlier. A little stale, like the Kings game last night. You want to rewatch? It's a 20-point game in the third right now with 7 minutes to go. My cup of Joe for the day is I don't understand this team. How could you go down by 50 points and how can you be dominated by this young Pelicans team 3-4 games in a row like this? It's very hard to understand. It's hard to believe that this team is a championship contender. I mean, I think we all know that at this point they're not. But some of these losses are a little disconcerting. I don't know. Maybe it's our expectations. The expectations as Kings fans might have been too high for the season. I mean, Coach Mike Brown at the beginning of the season had championship aspirations. And he was on Keegan Murray in the beginning of the season, like, oh no, you gonna dominate. And it seems like he's backed off a little bit of some of those things. I mean, for obvious reasons. I don't know. Cup of Joe for the day is just the Kings. I feel like they need to figure out why they lose so bad when they lose, because it's just not the trait of a good team or a team that's going to advance far in the playoffs. They dig themselves into these big holes and then they can't dig themselves out. They just don't have enough offense some games to dig themselves out. I mean, in these games they lose, they're only scoring about 100 points, right around 100 points. In the games they win, they're getting like 120, 130 points. So I keep hearing that the Pelicans defense is really good. So, I mean, I don't want to take anything away from the Pelicans who dominate us, even without Zion Williamson. I don't know. My cup of Joe is I feel like the Kings just kind of need to get a little more tougher, mentally tougher, and be willing to put their chest on somebody on every play. Our team just seems really soft, and we don't really have anybody that anchors us defensively and just kind of gets us into a defensive mindset early on. And that's my cup of Joe. One creamer, no sugar. Some real quick stats, real quick, guys. CJ McCollum lit a fire, and that's one of the things I said previously, that they can't let CJ McCollum light a fire under the Kings' asses, because the Kings have trouble against these young athletic teams that can shoot. Long athletic teams that can shoot really give the Kings a lot of problems. Brandon Ingram had a modest 15 points. Jonas Valanciunas, 15, 12 rebounds. Dyson Daniels had a big 14 off the bench. So it's not like guys went super crazy, but CJ McCollum got his. He got his in. And, I mean, couldn't get anybody to slow him down or stop him. Slow on closeouts, lackadaisical on defense. And for the Kings, nobody really scored much. I mean, Domantas Sabonis had 17 points, 10 rebounds, another double-double for him. And Kevin Huerter off the bench had a big 17 points, which is great. It's good to see Kevin Huerter scoring again. But other than that, nobody really did anything. Harrison Barnes had 10 points. Keegan Murray had 8. Chris Duarte, 1 point. I mean, how do you have 1 point? Start and you get 1 point? I mean, geez. De'Aaron Fox, 3 points. He hit the first three-pointer of the game for the Kings. It's 3-2. And he did not score again for the rest of the game. That's kind of concerning. And off the bench, like I said, Kevin Huerter at 17. Malik Monk only 6 on the night. Sasha got a little bit of time with 11, and Keon Ellis actually got a good 13 points in. And even Kessler Edwards got 10, which most of it was in garbage time, but it's good to see him out there getting some time. Eye test? Eye test. Eye test. Eye test. We're going to take an eye test. I mean, man, my eye test is the Kings they look soft. They have nobody to anchor them on defense. We need, man, I don't know what it is. I mean, our leaders, De'Aaron Fox was always known to be a quick guy that gets steals. And we know Domantas Sabonis is not soft per se. He gets rebounds, he gets down there on the block, he gets good he's pounding guys down low, like a big man's supposed to. It's just on defense, these guys it seems like guys just easily walk into the lane on us. Help defense is slow. Close out three-pointer defense is really slow. We need guys that just really want to just stick to guys. And it's a mental thing. It is a soft, a softness. You call them soft because it takes a little bit of toughness to want to defend guys, to want to really D guys up and get all the way up on them, body to body, and kind of push them around and muscle them around. And you got to kind of have a hard-nosed mindset to want to do that all game or for most of the game. And you just don't really see anybody in the Kings do that. I mean, maybe besides Davion Mitchell. But, I mean, Davion Mitchell's coming off the bench, and he's a shorter guy. Now, if the whole team looked like Davion Mitchell when they played defense, that would be more of a defensive look of a team that can go far in the playoffs. And I know everybody can't be as good a defense as Davion Mitchell, but if they just at least look like him, like active, on top of guys, chest to chest, moving laterally, the way you're supposed to look on D, the Kings never look like that. The Kings morning after bottom line. Today's bottom line is one thing that kind of stood out to me on the stats was the rebounding, total rebounds. Pelicans had 51 rebounds and the Kings had 25. They have 42 defensive rebounds. The Kings had 17. Now, I know Domantas Sabonis gets a lot of our rebounds for us, but who else? He needs help. Nobody's helping him on the rebounds. I mean, Domantas Sabonis had 10 rebounds. The next closest guy had 2. Everybody else had 2, 1, and 0. I mean, that's pitiful. He needs help defensively. One of the places we're really soft is at power forward. Sorry, Harrison Barnes, was calling how it is. How do you constantly have 1 rebound per game? You're a power forward. You're supposed to get rebounds, bro. I mean, great, you got 10 points last game, but we need you to rebound and defend better. And even Keegan Murray had 1 rebound. I mean, that's just too much standing around the three-point line, if you ask me. We need to help Domantas Sabonis get rebounds. That's my bottom line. Next up, we have Detroit. We're flying out to Detroit. So we'll be in Detroit on Tuesday, January 9th for a 4 p.m. game, 4 p.m. Pacific time game against the Detroit Pistons, which is one of the bottom feeders of the league. So, I mean, it's a young, athletic team that the Kings don't really like to face, have troubles against, I should say. But they're not a great shooting team, although it seems like teams come alive against the Kings for some reason. I don't know if it's our slow closeouts or, how we like to let teams get hot early, but teams shoot good against us. So even a team like this, we can't take light. We need to go out and play hard every possession, play defense every possession. Don't play down to the level of the opponent, which the Kings seem to do a lot. And don't take this team for granted. Go out there and handle business. Betting line. Let's see if there's a betting line for this game for tomorrow. Kings in Detroit. Yeah, third quarter with 2 minutes left. It is 96-59. Jesus, the game just ballooned all of a sudden to what is that? I can't even calculate that. Is that a 37-point lead? Jesus. So the line for the game for tomorrow, Kings in Detroit, is -11, which how the Kings have been playing to me is a dangerous number. Even with how bad the Detroit Pistons are. I mean, do I want to take a bet of the Kings beating the Pistons by 12 points or more? You know what? I'm going to do it, guys. I'm going to place a bet. Okay. I'm going to place a bet for the Kings to win by more than 11 points. $5 bet. Let's go. If I win, I'll get $4.55. Ooh, that's a hard bet to make for me, though, because I just didn't like how the Kings played their last game. I mean, maybe they'll come out and destroy the Pistons. We'll have to see. All right, place my bet. I'll let you guys know how I did on that one. And if you want to do some sports bets, guys, go ahead and visit the link below. Bet Us. That's where I do all my sports betting. No matter where you're at, you can bet, even in California. Click the link in my description. All right, I got a question. I got a question for you. Are you concerned with some of these giant losses that the Kings have been having recently? Do you feel that they can still be a second-round team, possibly win the Western Conference with the way they lose, or as the team is currently constructed? Comment below and let me know. If you comment before I put this next video out, I'll post your comment live on my video. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I have. If you watched the video to this point, I ask you, please press that like button. Must be something informative or interesting or entertaining that you got from this. If you like talking or hearing about Sacramento Kings news, please subscribe to the channel. And to help the channel, please share and comment. Answer that question I just asked. Make a comment. It'll help me out. It'll help my channel grow. Thanks, guys. 40-point lead in the third with 1.5 minutes to go. And just remember, every step you take, every piece you make, every bite you take gets you closer to your end goal. And the more you stay consistent, the more you will see the light at the end of the tunnel and the end goal. So stay consistent, stay on it, keep that stamina that's going to just keep you strong-minded and in the game at all times. And remember, being there is half the battle. That's all I got, guys. Hopefully the Kings will have a better showing against the Pistons. We'll have to see. It's another young, athletic team. The Kings don't like to play, so even though they're a bottom feeder, they need to play hard and play them like they would any good team. And that's all I got, guys. Don't want to keep you any longer. Hopefully you liked my video. Please let me know what you guys think. I'm new, but hey, I'm getting better. So anyway, I'm out. Check out these moves. It's good.